Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back to my Satisfactory playthrough. Today I think we're going to be continuing with our organizing of the base as well as try to get the reinforced plates automated, hopefully. We might, I can't remember. Okay, our power grid should be okay, but we will probably have to figure out a little bit more to be able to automate the reinforced plates. And I also remember that we do need to try to produce more of the biofuel to keep the generators running in this episode as well. So if you just start filling in the generators toward the end here, so that it starts to get backed up, and then that way the other generators get filled up as well. We also still have all of these leaves and wood to get processed as well. You do kind of have to micromanage it sometimes at the start of it here. Give ourselves a little more space to work with there. I don't even think any of it's making it down this far yet. Makes sense, there's just too many burners in between here and there. Alright, we'll let that process for a minute and we'll go down and start getting stuff put down for the reinforced plate production. So we have 30 extra from this vein, and then we have another 120, I think, that'll come in from these two. That should give us enough to do the reinforced plates, I believe. What we'll do is we'll have this one that's here for the time being. We'll have it loop around and make the plates, because the 30 that's producing is perfect to make the plates with. Alright, so that'll make the plates, and then... Oh, you know what, actually? We don't even have part assembly yet, which I think we need to be able to make the plates, because we have to have the next stage of the constructor buildings. So let's go unlock that really quickly. We'll finish the field research because we already started that, and then we'll select our next milestone as the parts assembly, and then we'll make that our next focus. Apparently I completely forgot that that was needed.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
So we'll also need to have 5 of the reinforced plates to be able to build the MAM so that we can do our field research. I think I'm going to end up moving the hub before we worry about that, though. Gotta go grab more screws down here. Oh, actually, I guess we really didn't. We had plenty. Oh, wait, we have to wait for the dropship to come back before we can do any of that. Alright. Just keeping on working on that organization here.
Milestone reached. The assembler can produce more complex parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note: humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler. Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
I think we're going to go with Logistics Mark II for our next one, because I want the stackable conveyor things for the sake of organization. Definitely going to want to get our reinforced plates done before that, though. Making 50 of them by hand sounds kind of painful. Move the hub over here. All right, and then we got the MAM too. Gotta clean up all these power poles at some point. So it looks like they all got some back in them. It must have just... I'm thinking this one right here probably ran out for a moment. Definitely going to need to go collect some more stuff for biomass in a few minutes here. I'm going to grab like 5 of this to use for fuel for the chainsaw. We're gonna have to make rotors as well for the assembler. We'll go ahead and pin that recipe for the moment so we can see what we need. Alright, so we need 8 of the reinforced plates. And then 4 rotors, which is exactly what I can make, so that's perfect. I'm going to build this first, that way we can see exactly what we need to make the reinforced plates. So just the 30 plates which we're making per minute, so that'll be perfect. And then we need 60 screws per minute. I think one constructor makes 4. Or 40. So 2 of those will be enough. And then I guess we'll send the other screws back over there to just join in with our screw production. Or actually no, maybe we should save them off to use for the rotors, because we need that and rods for the rotors, I believe. Alright, so that is the plates. Bring the power cord over here. Whoa, that is not what I was trying to do. Just connect that to the assembler. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna need the 2 constructors that we need to make screws. We might actually be alright. But we got to get this power grid stabilized so it stops cutting out. It looks like one of the generators keeps shutting off. Alright, hopefully that'll be enough in there now that it will at least stop cutting out. It's still going to take a minute, I think, to get it actually backed up to the point where it's not consuming it as fast as we're making it, but it should at least be able to stop cutting out now. It remains to be seen if that's going to be enough to actually finish the constructors that we need, but we will find out. Just remembered I needed to put all of this stuff back in here. Why am I carrying around all of this limestone too? So this ore vein here is going to give us enough to do 2 smelters, but I think I just remembered from the other side that we actually only needed 1 smelter to do. It ended up doing 3 constructors worth of screws, and since we only need 2 to do the reinforced plates efficiently, I think we'll probably end up just doing 1 of these for the time being. And then we'll leave the rest for when we do rotors, which it should be more than enough for. We're definitely going to need more power. Which we got to let that all catch up before we add more generators to it, so we'll have to see. Yeah, because there's just no way that this is going to be enough power generation for all of this. Alright, we gotta grab some more screws here. I'm actually gonna throw a stack in that assembler too, just so it can start making reinforced plates so we don't have to make any more by hand. Alright, so those ones go into rods. Once we connect these... Yeah, we're like almost maxed. So we gotta let the power grid... We gotta get the power grid sorted out, add another generator in before we can take these 2 into doing screws, which we're also running out of space. I might end up having to move. I think I gotta move this up a little bit here. Let's get rid of this away. Alright. That there. Reconnect it to the power. And then there we go. All right. That should give us enough room, but first we got to deal with the power situation. Honestly, I think if we take this out a little bit more here, we can actually just do like another row of generators and use these same splitters. But first we gotta let the the fuel actually get caught up here. Getting closer. It should get easier to get them filled up as we get closer to the end anyway. I think we just need like 1 or 2 more generators to be enough for the, or to finish off that production line there. Not giving me my little line there. Well, I don't know why it did for that one. Alright, we'll be able to just connect those 2 generators once the fuel is all caught up here. We could probably work on some of our research as well while we're waiting. We have quite a bit here to research.
The remains researched belong to an organism now dubbed the fluffy-tailed hog. It has many characteristics that would likely classify it among the Suidae family were it native to Earth. Hog remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration. The remains researched belong to an organism that tends to nest near objects emitting specific types of resonance. Spitters are called as such due to their ability to create and spit plasma across long distances. Spitter remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration. Mercer sphere analysis completed. Established local planetary signature of massage 2, AB, B, in the local Mercer sphere signals, allowing them to be tracked by the object scanner. Mercer spheres can also transmit data between specific.
Witness our scripture, witness our windows. Have you come to defile our shrine?
Wow, that just
arguing
like,
the
scared
existence
me.
of intelligent alien life. While Fixit has figured out the method, all of the original data is still untranslatable.
I forgot that it did that. That really caught me off guard.
The metal has been named Caterium after Fixit's greatest CEO Katerina Parks. It has been added as a viable alternative to gold in industrial applications, specifically in advanced electronics due to its superconductivity, malleability, and corrosion resistance.
Nice, now we can look for veins of that at some point here.
This fruit, dubbed the paleberry due to its tendency to stay light in color even when ripe, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available. This fruit, dubbed the barrel nut after its distinctive color, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
Alright, we're slowly getting there on the biofuel here. Collect some more stuff while we're waiting for all that to catch up there. Oh, can I get these mushrooms, actually? Is that a cave? Oh, that is a cave. Oh, we'll definitely be exploring that at some point, but sometimes there's creatures in there, and I don't feel like getting creeped out by them right now.
The fruit of this fungus-like flora does not seem to show much potential for use. However, its mycelial network is worth further investigation. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
I think we can actually learn how to turn that into biomass as well. Can't wait till we're done with biomass and we can get a fully automated power grid. That'll be huge.
The mycelial networks of these fungi possess unusually resilient hyphae, which show potential for making a strong but lightweight natural fabric. Additionally, it has similar medicinal and pest control applications to mycelia on Earth.
Oh, this episode is way too focused on just managing this power grid right now. Cannot wait until that is taken care of. Hey, look, I found somewhere for all of that limestone to go. There, give ourselves a little more space to work with over here. I want to start working on moving the copper production lines onto the foundations. There's also, oh, we need the resource sink for, it'll let us unlock like the special walls for the conveyor belts to connect to and stuff. That'll really help with organization too. I'm almost starting to think I did it backwards. Maybe letting it fill up on this end first would have made it easier. Might as well go lay out the rest of this assembly line, and then that way when we get the other generator down, we can just connect it. Definitely don't need two of those construction benches there. Alright, so just like we did on the other line, we're going to have both of these go into a storage container. It's just still going to be a tight fit, actually. And then we'll split that off into 3 constructors. It's just going to be a mess till we get the foundations down. I know I've said it before, and I'll probably say it again about something else. I feel like we might want to just do it like this, and then just do a couple splitters. Probably make it a little more organized that way. And then set all of these to do screws. And then probably have all of that go into another storage container. which will then go into there. We're gonna have to go get some more supplies real quick. Alright, now once we can connect the power to that, it should be all set to start making the reinforced plates, which we're going to put a storage container way over here for, so I don't have to walk so far to grab them. Alright, we just got 2 more to get filled up here. I'm just going to stand here and make some of this by hand really quick for the sake of expediting this process a little bit. Now I have 600 biomass. Like, that would take a really long time, I think, to stand here and process it. The nice thing is, once we have the power grid to the point where we can just add a generator and then just let it fill up, and other than that, we just got to keep adding biomass here and there, then we won't have to deal with this again. This is kind of like a one-time, you have to let it get all filled up kind of thing. Almost there, finally. We just have, like, that second generator is almost there, and then we'll just have one more that we gotta get filled up, which hopefully is getting closer to being filled up this whole time. Alright, we're just gonna go do a little bit more so that we've got more fuel for the chainsaw, and then we'll go collect a little bit more stuff to add into the machines. And by then it should be pretty close to getting backed up, which is what we want. We want to just see that conveyor full of biofuel to refill the generators as they burn it. Oh, a couple of the generators are starting to get backed up there. There, got the rest of that out of my inventory. Alright, not too bad. That's just about to the point where we can start connecting these other two generators, and then that will let us connect that production line for the reinforced plates, and we'll have at least accomplished one of our goals this episode. We really didn't get much done on the organization front, but I mean, I think we'll be able to literally just do that all next episode, get everything onto the foundations, and then it'll just be a matter of adding floors as we bring in new resources. So we'll get to go out and start really looking around and exploring and doing all that stuff. And we got a cave right here to check out, which is pretty cool. I've had my base start here multiple times, never realized that there was actually a cave right there. So that'll definitely be cool to check out. I'm hoping by the time we get to the point where like these two are used and then maybe like one more generator here or two more here maybe, I'm hoping by that point we'll have unlocked oil and we can start or not oil, sorry, coal power, and we can start doing that, because that you can fully automate all the way from the miner to the generator, and you don't have to worry about any maintenance once it's up and going. So that'll be really handy once we get to that point. All right, cool. We're really almost there now. All these other ones are still full. That one's full. That one's full. Nice. All right. So once that last one fills up, this whole conveyor should fill up pretty quick. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Is this one up here full now? Yes. Alright. Just let this conveyor belt fill up really quick. Shouldn't take too long. get rid of the rest of that limestone. I don't need to be carrying it around. Alright, that should be good enough. We can go ahead and connect the first generator. So then we'll let that one fill up, let the line get backed up again, and then we'll connect the last one, and then we'll go connect our new production line. Once we connect the last one, we should be able to just let it do its thing, because it'll catch up once it's at that point. We'll just have to worry about keeping it fueled up. Oh, that vortex thing in the sky there is pretty cool. I don't know if that's supposed to, it's supposed to be another galaxy, I'd imagine, but that's cool looking nonetheless. I feel like that's going to be easier for some reason. Yeah, because that's backing it all up again. Like, that seems like it'd actually work better, because then it'll all just funnel right into that first one. I mean, I guess it's going to take the same amount of time to get it backed up again either way, I suppose, but in my head it seemed like it should have been quicker that way. I just noticed, like, the conveyor doesn't really move fast enough here. Like, there's not enough in here for this to stay producing, even though it should be. Whoa, because it's consuming 120. See, this is why we need Logistics Mark II, because then I could upgrade this, and then it would move through fast enough to actually keep that thing moving. Particularly this little piece right here is what's slowing it down, because this is only doing 60 and this is doing 60, but this little thing right here needs to be doing 120. Like, look at that, now it's just pumping out. Like, that should fill it up faster. I wish I'd realized that earlier. That probably would have saved us a lot of time if I'd sped that up a bit. Alright, so that should just about be good. Like, I think the second that this is backed up enough, it should start just filing in here even faster. It's almost full anyway, though. I'm kind of wondering, like, what if we just let that fill up for a second, and then we could literally just pull out what we need to be able to fill up the new generator when we connect it. Alright, perfect. Alright, now we should be good. And this is filling up. Let's connect our last generator. And then let's actually take this. Put it in here. And that way, the same generator just has to fill up again, which should happen really quickly. So I think we're good now. Now we can go connect our new production line, and all we'll have to do from here on out is keep this all stocked up on leaves and wood, and we should have power. Now, of course, we have rotors as a new thing that we learned in this episode that's going to need to be factored into the production line as well. So we'll have to deal with that in the next episode, which, of course, may require adding a few more generators. But at least now it's going to be a way simpler matter to add new generators, because the fuel is all caught up. So as we add them, we'll just have to deal with fueling the new generators, letting it get backed up again, and hopefully just 2 or 3 more will hold us over until we're able to get coal production up and going, and then we'll have fully automated power. Next episode, we're definitely going to get the logistics finished, and we'll go ahead and do the resource sync program probably, so that we can get the walls with the conveyor holes to help with our organization. And we'll just start really plucking away at the exploration and the MAM research, and really get into advancing the game now. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.